Just to forgive, and the way I thought about it too, I think I saw this post on Instagram. This is for anyone who does have very difficult relationships with anybody, you know, their parents, siblings, whatever. If you were to meet the younger version of your parents, how do you think that would be? So the way that I thought of it, like, man, I think my dad really went through a lot, because my mom told me stories about him, you know what I mean, where he even faced similar issues in his own family. So when I thought about like my dad, his younger version of himself, sad, crying in the corner or whatever, that really made me understand and forgive him a lot more. Yeah,
that's a big point too, because there comes a certain moment in life where when you're a kid and adolescent and teenager, you see your parents as like kind of superhumans because they gave you everything.
Yeah.
But then once you become an adult, you realize, I don't know why it takes so long to realize, but you realize that they're just human beings just like you, going through the same struggles that you were going through, and perhaps probably had it worse because it was a long time ago.
Yeah.
You know, they didn't have the internet, they didn't have all the things that you have access to.
Yeah.
So.
Just to add on to that, bro, is a lot of our parents, at least, they're immigrants. They came to this country, which make things double as harder to anybody else. You know what I'm saying?
I couldn't imagine going across the globe and starting life somewhere fresh where you don't know nobody.
That's it. Yeah. So
it's scary enough going upstate for me.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't want to leave the Bay. That's my culture.
Imagine me going all the way to like East Asia and like set up shop.
This is where we're gonna have our family now.
Damn, bro, that's crazy.
Sisters, brothers, cousins, aunts, is all on the other side of the globe. And welcome back to the Two Coin Podcast. It's your boy Ronnie.
I'm your brother Waleed, the other side of the coin. Today's episode is brought to you by Resilience. We have a special guest in the building today, Kyle, aka DJ Asthmatc. Thank you for coming on, bro.
What's up, yo?
brother.
What's up, man?
Yes,
Thank you for having me today, y'all.
Absolutely, bro. Hey, Ronnie was talking to me offline about how you guys met at a wedding setup.
Bro, we was at super random over at Sushi. You know what I mean? It was you and what, DJ Eternal?
DJ Eternal, yup.
Yeah, y'all were setting up for that event. How'd that event even come about? Like, just super random?
So DJ Eternal, hey, shout out to DJ Eternal.
Shout out to you.
Not even 1 minute to the podcast, already shouting you out, big bro. So I'm part of the Uplifters. If y'all don't know, I'm actually even wearing his sweater that he gave me right here. But usually our group, it's a group of Filipino-American DJs. And we basically do gigs together. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, yeah, you can do gigs together. Or on your own, but when you do it with someone else, it just makes things a lot easier, you know. So he had me help him assist that wedding, and I was basically there just to help him, man. And that's how I met you.
Is it like one of those type of events where they have multiple DJs and you guys just kind of like take shifts? So, like he'll start, for example, doing his set, and then he'll sub out, maybe get some water.
Or
or
was
something.
this his show that you just...
So it was his show, but I was like the assistant DJ helping him out.
Okay.
Yeah, but you know, he shares it pretty like evenly with things, you know what I mean? So yeah. And you know, we kind of base it off of vibe too. Like if they're really rocking to your set, then maybe, you know, I'll go out for a little bit, then I'll hop in after that. Or when he needs to get water, bathroom break, you know what I'm saying?
It always helps to have like a backup sub.
Always. You know, honestly too, like this past weekend I had 5 gigs between Thursday to Sunday. And I did mostly all 4 of them by myself. But the last day, I called up my homie, shout out DJ Ragoons from Where You At. I called him up to help me out, and that made a huge difference. I was actually telling my girl too, I was so tired. I was like, I need help. So, you know, that it just helps sometimes. You know, yes, you can keep all the money for yourself, but sometimes just that extra person helps. You know what I'm saying?
Sometimes you just need a breather, man.
That's it. That's it.
Yeah. You gotta go to the bathroom. Sometimes you just want to not listen to nothing. I want to back off real quick.
Exactly.
And just vibe out for a second.
Yeah.
Because people think it's just like hopping on an aux and changing music and
No,
shit.
it is not.
You
gotta
set
really
the whole
think.
mood.
Yeah, you gotta set the whole mood. You gotta think. You're basically thinking like, honestly, like 5-10 steps ahead, basically, as a DJ. You know what I mean? Because you're reading the crowd. You're thinking about what's gonna go with this song. You're observing people. You're doing so many jobs at one time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because a lot of people, I think, look at DJing as just like a gig where you just party and have fun and make money on the side, but they don't realize the work that goes into making the whole show happen. 100%. There's a lot of little details, and that's kind of the case with every job, right? There's a lot of little details that most people don't recognize or see, or they're a lot harder than people give them credit for.
Yeah.
So what are some of those little things in DJing that can kind of create little annoyances, but like you kind of deal with them on a day-to-day basis?
So first off, I just want to say thank you, bro, for recognizing that. Not a lot of people know that. I mean, y'all are creatives, so y'all damn near understand that. But yeah, a lot of people, they see the free drinks, the partying, the hella people saying what's up, but they don't see the hard work that goes into setting up 2 to 3 hours before, right? An event, driving to an event, staying out after an hour for an event, dealing with drunk people, catering to different people. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, like little annoyances is just when people feel entitled. You know, I was literally DJing at a club like last weekend, and then this girl comes up to me, right? And then my homie stops the girl. I was like, oh, yo, what do you want? You know what I mean? Because he already knew the deal. Yeah. And then he looks at me, he's like, hey, bro, she's just hating. Don't mind her. I'm like, what? And then she looks at me. She's like, change the song. If I don't know the song, then it's not lit. I'm like, what? Okay.
Who are you?
The whole world revolves around you, but whatever. You know what I mean? While everyone else was singing in the background. So, it's, you know, just those small things.
Do you like to do the job sober, or do you, you know, get a little buzzing sometimes?
You know, sometimes I get the buzzing. I get a little more bolder with what I mix and what I say on the mic because I really do MC. Yeah. That's one thing about being an uplifter is Eternal makes it a requirement for you to know how to MC. So I be saying out of pocket shit sometimes, but when I'm I can do it sober too. Yeah. You know what I mean? But drunk too, I could do it too. Yeah. You know, it's just second nature at this point.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Drinking, like real quick, just to touch on that. Drinking on like while you on a set, do you see it if like maybe you came with experience when you first started, like you don't know, like, okay, let me not get plastered at the beginning of my set because then 2-3 hours later when I gotta, you never know, maybe you gotta hop back on because of an emergency and now you drunk as shit, like fucking up.
Yep. No, honestly, when I was in the beginning, I was so strict with it. Yeah. But now that I'm so comfortable with my craft and I know what to do, it's like motor skills at this point, like I'm good, you know what I mean? Yeah. But if it is like a gig that I'm really like nervous for, then maybe I might take like just like a couple sips just to take off the edge. You know what I mean? But
you're not the one to be there with a bottle. Just take
not bottle. Just unless I'm like, you know, my where you at functions thing, I'll have a bottle and you know and just drink with people. Most of the time too, I'm really drinking on business. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know, like if you're offering a drink to a friend and you buy them a drink and you say no, sometimes you feel hella bad. You know what I'm saying?
Low key.
Yeah. I mean, but right now I'm not supposed to be drinking. Like this past weekend was the first time because dealing with some medical issues I gotta kind of deal with right now. But you know, that's another thing too as a DJ is we gotta be careful with drinking. You know, I've seen a lot of DJs get in a really bad habit of that. You know,
it's easy to go overboard.
Really easy. I mean, think about it. Every weekend, you know, free drinks, right? I mean, would you say the same too with like bartending low key?
I mean, to be honest with you, bro, like 100%. One, like it's very easy to get caught up in that one because we behind the bar. You know what I mean? That's why like I don't drink for that reason.
Oh wow, like none at all.
And I mean, bro, like this year was the first year that I really went on that.
When you're sober?
Yeah, bro.
Nice.
I mean,
hey, round of applause.
I appreciate it. And I mean, I'll keep it all the way a buck. Like I snuck in like 5 drinks, a couple with my mom like earlier this year.
That don't count.
You know what I mean? Yeah. But like outside of that, like bro, like I don't drink. Like you know what I mean? I don't want to take a shot. I don't really like. And it's one of those like you kind of step back and you kind of like get to evaluate the entire scene. So it's a trip. Like how he was talking about like denying shots. Like you're more so in that like. I like to present it to people like, bro, bartenders are like NPCs. You know what I mean? We're just there to facilitate a good time. Don says it a lot. Like, you know what I mean? Shout out to Don with Don Podcast.
Shout out to Don.
But it's one of those, like, people try to, like, make me a part of their enjoyment. But at least being a bartender, I can, like, here's your drinks, boom, boom, boom. We can still be cordial. We can be friendly, have fun, all that. Like, but I don't need to be involved in your jokes and this and that because that turns into hey, skipping the line, doing this, through people.
That's true.
That's true. Cool.
But I feel like for a DJ, it's because you're playing the vibes and you're curating the sound for the night. People feel like, oh, hey man, change this. They feel a lot more personable to dictate your job more so than mine.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, especially if you accept it from a stranger. They might feel entitled in some type of way.
Like,
you
they
know
just
what I
bought
mean?
you a shot, bro. Play the song for me.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, there was this one situation where there was this one dude, he was like some rich guy with some like young girls, one of those situations, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hella old, probably twice that girl's age. But he tipped me. He was cool at first. Yeah. And then he asked for a first song, a second song, third song. I told him, man, if he asked for one more song, I'm like, hey, bro, take your money back. I'm not playing your song no more, man. He was pushing me to the edge. But right then, he just left. So it was all good. So I feel you, bro.
I'm trying to please the masses, not you.
Let me ask y'all this then. Since we're on the topic of not catering to civilians, right? Yeah. What if that civilian is somebody that you are cool with? Like, your friend, so to speak, right?
Oh, 100%.
Oh, yeah.
But then they're at the spot, like, going overboard, asking for drinks, or at the spot going overboard with requesting music. Has that ever happened to you, and how do you handle that with somebody you're cool with?
I'll let you go first, bro.
Honestly, that happens a lot. You know what I mean? If I'm really close to them, like, hey, bro, you're being a little bit too much right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But yeah, sometimes even just people that I kind of know. But most of the time, they're very respectful. You know what I mean? Like true friends, they understand that you're
they know
going
you're
through so
doing the
much.
job.
Exactly. But yeah, some people, they're just really trying to bleed out the connections or your hype
But
type
see,
of
this goes
thing.
back to what we were talking about earlier today about knowing the difference between. Like people use that term friend way too loosely.
It's okay to be an acquaintance, bro.
Acquaintance,
it's okay to be an
associate,
acquaintance.
you know what I mean? You're a regular, like these aren't bad words, but it's like we don't have like what's my name, bro? Name one core memory that we had outside of this venue. Just one.
Bro, because I feel like a lot of
So
like
true.
a lot of people's entitlement comes from everything's black and white, right? It's either we have a friendship or it's a fake friendship.
Yeah.
There's no like gray area.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I have very few fake friendships. I have real friendships or like acquaintanceships.
Yeah.
Or like people that I just see on a day to day.
Yeah.
But I don't consider somebody that I'm an acquaintance, but that's cordial with me to be a fake friend just because neither I or that other person have gone above and beyond to push that relationship farther than it needs to be.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's a whole other topic.
We're all in the same like age. You,
Always.
26, 29, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So like we got to see this shift of this need to like be socially accepted by our generation. It's bleeding into like the generation a little older than us. Like being outside, it's like a whole fucking show these days.
Yeah.
You know
Absolutely.
what I mean?
Yep.
Like, and everybody wants to feel like the man. You know what I mean?
Always.
So that's why if they go up and dap the bartender, they feel like they the man around whoever they're at. If they go say what's up to the DJ, it's like, oh, bro, like I know him. Like, you know what I mean?
Especially in the Bay Area. That's
Man.
how it really feels in the Bay. You want to really outshine everybody some type of way or something. You know what I mean?
Just know somebody.
Just
the
know
number
somebody.
of connections you have is kind of like a flex too.
Yeah.
Sometimes, in
What they
certain
say,
situations.
your network is your net worth.
Yeah.
Low
They're
key.
not wrong, bro. But speaking of 26, bro, you just had your birthday not too long ago.
I did. I turned 26, October 28th.
October
Scorpio.
28th.
Right here.
That's
Hell
what's up.
yeah. Happy belated,
what's
man.
up.
What'd you do for your birthday?
Oh man, I actually threw a big party at Fuse. It was a day party. Man, that was like super packed. That was crazy. I felt kind of bad too because my girl came, my mom came, my brother came, all my friends came, but I was like just so busy hosting.
Yeah.
Like I was trying to make sure all the bottle service was getting in smoothly. I was saying what's up to everybody I invited, and honestly, man, it felt more like work rather than. I mean, I did everything blacked the fuck out. Like I got hella drunk because I was taking shots, but I was still working, like second nature again. Like motor skills, and then by the end, like man, I didn't really get to spend it with the people that I love. You know what I mean? So I mean, it was a success. Probably my biggest "Where You At" event. You know what I'm saying? So that was great for my business, but in terms of just meaningful connections, I was like, oh man. But so next year, I told myself, I'll probably celebrate something separately with my family and my loved ones.
That's the way to
my
go.
girl,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? But if I do want to throw a big party, maybe just something different. You know what I'm saying?
That's the way to go.
Yeah.
That's the way to go.
Because these past, like 3 years, I've been like popping bottles for my birthday. We're getting older, so sometimes you just want to chill for a
But
little
I mean,
bit.
26, you're also in the prime of your life.
That's true though.
These are the only birthdays where you really like get to do that.
That's
26,
true, though.
27, 28.
Yeah.
Maybe 29.
You're right. You're right. But man, that shit was cracking. Hella people came out.
That's
you know
what's
what I
up,
mean?
bro.
It was like with the Uplifters too. You know what I'm saying? So it was just dope seeing everybody there. We had performances too. That's one thing I do with my day parties. I actually get local artists to come perform.
That's what's up, bro.
Okay. Hell yeah, man. We're gonna dive into all your all the brands, you know what I mean, further down. But speaking of your birthday, bro, like if you don't mind, man, I just wanted to read you know what I mean, this caption that you had posted.
Okay.
Because realistically, this is what like I read this and I'm like, damn, bro, like I gotta get to know this dude. You know what I mean?
Thank you, man.
And it was on your birthday, man. 1 year ago, I almost took my own life away. 3 years ago, I thought I was gonna quit DJing. 5 years ago, I struggled with addiction. 6 years ago, I lost my dad. Today, I'm still standing tall, 26 years of life, and I'm grateful to God I'm still here. This year has been a year filled with God first and foremost, accomplishments and realizations of what's most important in my life. I want to give a genuine thank you to my family, my girl, the Uplifters, my Fitness 19 fam, and my homies who went through everything with me. I know most of the time I do my best to show my positivity and genuineness and smile, but none of this came about without pain, struggle, and darkness. For every dark day, isn't there a brighter day? Tupac quote, and I do hope to keep spreading that light. Happy birthday, Kyle. I'm sure young me would be proud of myself.
Dang, that's a deep quote. Huh?
That's a deep
I
quote.
wrote that. Not just kidding.
That's real shit though, because I feel like everybody can connect with that, but not many people are willing to be that open
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
vulnerable about like struggles. Like, oh, everything's perfect.
Yeah.
I'm on Instagram, everything's perfect.
Yeah.
But nah, go ahead.
No, the nitty gritty, you know what I mean? That's what made me who I am today. You know what I'm saying? So just to kind of touch on that quote, basically. So growing up, honestly, my family, I grew up, me and my dad, we didn't have like the best relationship. So he actually passed away 2018. And that was kind of tough because at that time, didn't have the best relationship with my dad. I mean, actually closer to his death, things started to fix, but I think because he knew he was gonna die. In the Filipino culture, you actually you believe in a lot of superstitions, you know what I'm saying? And there was just like signs that he was saying, like talking to my uncle, telling him like, hey, make sure he was telling his cousin who lives with us, my Uncle Joey, like, Uncle Joey, can you make sure to take care of my brother or of me and my brother when they're gone? Sorry, me and my little brother when my dad has passed. You know, he would say all these things. Then he ended up passing. Yeah. So he actually passed away in the Philippines. Oh, so he was there for vacation. My mom begged him not to go, but he still went. You know what I'm saying? And he went, and then he actually passed away there. He went to go see my Lola, which is grandma in Tagalog.
That's his mom?
That's his mom, yeah.
So he felt something was coming.
Yeah, he felt something was coming. So she actually had dementia, Alzheimer's, so he passed away. And that was honestly a very tough time. I was 19 years old, so I mean, that's the development of you really becoming a man. Yeah. Like starting to become.
It's tough too because like at that age, you don't know how to like, just first of all, in general, manage your emotions.
Exactly.
Like a healthy degree, right? Yeah. It's like at 19, 20, and to deal with something so traumatic. I mean, how has that kind of impacted you to where you are today, and how has that helped you like grow for better or worse?
Man, honestly, like after that, like 19, 20, 21, 22, 23 maybe. So 4 years after, I really tried to find my stride, but in between that time, I battled with addictions, being addicted to like different drugs, you know what I mean? So that's one thing. I honestly feel like I really do have an addictive personality.
I do too.
And so with people like that, for those who don't understand, right? I remember writing an essay about this too. If you have an addictive personality, some type of addiction like gambling, drugs, or whatever, and a bad environment, it can really put your whole life into a spiral. And that's really how my life felt like. Yep. You know what I'm saying?
It can just exacerbate everything.
Exactly. But you know, I mentioned my Fitness 19 family. So I was actually a manager of trainers at this commercial gym, and my mentor over there, he really guided me on how to intellectually be intelligent with my emotions in a way. So he was a very peaceful person, you know, got me really into meditation, yoga, etc., etc. Okay. You know what I mean? And then I kind of relapsed a little bit because we got laid off, right? So I didn't really have that stable support, and I was in this really like toxic relationship, you know what I mean? And then I don't know, it just unwinded a lot of different things in my life and in my trauma. So 1 year ago, I almost took my life. I was at Yosemite. I was actually supposed to go with like my brother and a couple other friends, but they all ended up not being able to go. And I was literally about to like jump off a cliff on Yosemite. Damn. Like I was ready to do it, you know, like just alone, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And you know, a lot of people die at Yosemite, right? And sometimes they say it's an accident or whatever. Mm-hmm. But right before I was about to do it, I just thought about it. I'm like, man, I think I have a lot more to live for, you know what I'm saying? And then I told actually my mentor, DJ Eternal, about it. And he told me like, you know, if that ever happens again, text 998 or call the suicide hotline or something, you know what I mean? There was a couple instances where I really thought about it, but I didn't. And I actually contacted that support system. So if y'all didn't know, if you don't feel like text or calling suicide hotline, you can also text 988 too. Yeah. And I don't know, something just clicked. Once it hit January 1st of this year, I right after I got back from my trip from SoCal, from drinking a lot with my friends and coming up here, it was like 12 a.m. We got back from SoCal. Yeah. I got up. I'm like, fuck, I feel like shit right now. I feel like this whole year was wasted. I got up and ran a mile. That was the worst mile I ever ran in my life, right? And I told myself, okay, you know what? Every day for January, I'm gonna run a mile. And that kind of created that strong mindset I always had again. And then, honestly, this was probably one of the best years I've ever had in my life. not only as an individual, but as a DJ, as a person. I found a really good, healthy relationship with my girlfriend. My family became a lot more stable. You know what I mean?
Hey, bro, salute to you. Salute to you.
Thank you, guys.
Bro,
Yeah,
I'm glad you made that decision because you have a lot to offer the world. I could just tell by your energy and the vibe that you put out.
Yeah.
You have a lot to offer us. So I'm glad you made that decision.
I appreciate that, bro. And that's the thing. Like, y'all can see probably on my socials, I look like a very positive, happy, energetic person, which I am. You know what I'm saying? But the one thing about me, and I don't know if you guys can understand this too, my highs are so high, but my lows are so low.
Yep.
And it's like a roller coaster ride.
I
you know
can
what I'm
relate to
saying?
that, bro. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's just how life is. You know what I'm saying?
That's
And
life.
It's about balancing it and trying to find that middle ground.
Yeah.
You know?
Exactly.
And you were mentioning like meditation and yoga, and we've mentioned this on this podcast a lot too, because it's something that me and Ronnie are both big on, like just kind of like getting your mental frame in check. It helps you understand that, it's okay to not feel okay, and those feelings just kind of come and go.
Yeah.
And as long as you stay true to yourself and to who you are and know that what you're doing is what you want to do at the end of the day, those bad thoughts come and go, the good thoughts come and go, but you just got to keep going.
Exactly. I think the biggest thing, right, is your physical, your mental, and then your spiritual.
They all tie into each other.
Yeah, they all intertwine. So you got to do your best to like really just work on those on a daily progress. But if you kind of go to like the different things such as drinking all the time, drugs, you know what I'm saying, and you put that into your body, eating junk food, you're not being able to work out, those can really add up onto your mental,
And also on top of that, it's the relationships you build. So just piggybacking off of that, you mentioned you're Filipino.
Yeah.
So I have a lot of Filipino friends. Shout out to all y'all that watch the podcast. And I know like firsthand how serious you guys take like family and community. So how big has that aspect of your life been in kind of turning everything around?
It's so funny how you asked that because there's this thing that I follow on Instagram and they're talking about the whole Filipino culture. So like you said, like we're very friendly, very hospitable. A lot of us work in service positions, right?
Yeah.
But in the Philippines, we're really about community and we find healing through community.
Yep.
So that was like a major thing that I did this year was really reach out to my community and those around me. And that in itself healed my heart as a whole.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just being able to give back in some type of sense. And I think that was just great. So I say it impacts me a lot, man, overall. I don't know if you guys ever know this too, but actually my work throughout the week, I work with people with disabilities.
Oh, that's
so special needs. So I actually just started a new job as a behavior technician, but I do have private clients as well too. But yeah, that's what I do, and I find a lot of healing through that too. Just servicing and helping others.
How long you been doing that?
I've been doing it for 4 years now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Okay,
for 4 years. So I had one client and it built up to a couple more clients. And now I'm challenging myself to taking on an actual position as a behavior technician. So, we do things like help them with this is one thing. A lot of people who are physically able and mentally able, we take a lot of small things for granted. Something as simple as making your own food, using the restroom, we take that for granted. You know what I mean? Or going to school.
100%.
Even. Yeah, so, helping them with daily activities, basically, it doesn't sound like a lot, but it is a lot for them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So working out, one of them I go to school with, right? Those basic things, and that honestly helps them as a whole.
Do you feel like that also gives you like a different perspective on life and just being grateful for the little things?
Oh, yeah, absolutely, man. I remember, one thing that my mentor told me was that these clients that I had, they're kind of like, they're guardian angels sent to the earth. Because honestly, they're a very forgotten community. A lot of people look at them and they judge them right away, right? But these people are sent to earth to not really harm anybody. Yeah. You know what I mean? So in a way, like just interacting with them just really changed my whole perspective on life as a whole. Yeah. You know what I mean? And what I'm grateful for overall. And, just even like noticing the unconditional love between a parent of a special needs kid is so crazy because they sacrifice so much just for that person, especially if they're a good parent,
Bro, that's what's up. And you mentioned also the DJ collective that you're part of. Remind me of the name again?
The Uplifters.
The Uplifters.
I got a tattoo on my neck right here. Actually, I'm a for-lifer.
They're all Filipino-Americans too,
Filipino. Right? That was Eternal's vision. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Yeah, you gotta for sure get him on the podcast,
Easy,
man.
bro.
Oh man,
We
uplifting.
want you next.
We got a whole list of them coming on the pod, bro.
On your IG, I saw you got 5 different
Yes,
groups
sir.
that you're promoting. So
Okay.
let's start off with the Uplifters, man. What's your mission and like
Yeah.
what do you contribute? How many members are there?
Yeah.
Break it down for us.
So I believe there's 13 of us, right? Sorry, Eternal, if I get them wrong. But he's established this end of 2022. It was just 5 of us. I was one of the core 5. And then we were literally sitting at Goku and said, hey, guys, let's do the 75 days hard.
Damn,
right?
okay.
So we did it. Not all of us even completed it, to be honest. Sorry.
No, you're
And
good.
then it eventually became a collective because we started sharing ideas, hanging out more, sharing gigs with each other.
Yeah.
And eventually it grew. And our whole goal is to uplift people. You know what I mean? So the whole, and to offer services of DJing, MCing, photo booth, etc., but mostly like mobile gigs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So we do majority like weddings, private gigs, corporate gigs. We do clubs. Sometimes every once in a while because a lot of them are a lot older than me, so they're that's where the money is the mobile game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean. But we still do club, and honestly, they only come out of club gigs because of me and the little homie Tribal. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
They did it already and all
yeah,
that.
and you know what? This actually coincides with the Pare movement, which I do have on there
Okay.
too. So that
How'd you
is
say that?
Pare.
Pare.
So that's like saying like, "What's up, Oos? What's
Okay.
up, Toko?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, what's up? What's up, homie? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So Pare is like friend in Tagalog.
Okay.
For girls, you say mare.
Mare.
Mare, yeah.
Mare,
So
mare.
next time you see your Filipino, it's like, hey, what's up, Pare? Like, how'd you know?
Pare. What is Kuya? Kuya's brother, right?
Kuya is older brother.
Older brother,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. That's like sign of respect.
But that's
for
like
one another.
that's an actual literal like for like a family member or somebody.
Literally,
Yeah,
yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, people always say I give Kuya energy for some reason. Yeah. Well, I'm also Kuya too. But Pare Movement was founded by G Dirty, and G Dirty is this hip hop artist. Shout out G Dirty, where he wanted to unite all Filipinos, no matter what gang, what hood, what neighborhood, whatever, where you're from.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then we
Yeah.
started collabing with him and the Pare Movement. You know what I'm saying? So we actually hosted an event where Eternal did something for his birthday, and he united 4 different Filipino hoods. And they took a photo together, kind of like the K-Dot,
Yeah,
but for
well,
Filipinos,
yeah, that's
from
what's up.
Eastside
Okay.
San Jose.
That's what's
and
up.
then we did the same thing. We brought that same energy to we call it Party with the Pare Mare to San Diego.
Oh, shit,
And we did
okay.
it, but on a bigger level. We had like vendors, motorcycles, lowriders, JDM cars, and performances.
That is fun.
Oh,
Yeah, and
damn.
it was in a hood, a Filipino hood, / Mexican hood in Dago, and we united everybody together too. So
Damn.
we're just trying to make it bigger this year.
That's what's up.
Yeah,
bro.
man. Hopefully another big one in San Jose.
Hell yeah, bro.
Absolutely.
That's what's up, man. You had briefly mentioned it. Where you at functions? What's that?
So where you at functions is what I founded. That is basically my brand is more focused on event organizing. So what we've hosted was we've helped out with those Filipino festivals. We've helped out. We've hosted mostly a lot of club events. That's majority of what we do, and hopefully more like markets, collaborations, fundraisers too. We had a fundraiser very recently. I usually do it with my friend Kat, who's also a Scorpio too. We hosted what we call function fundraiser. We fundraised 1.6K for to feed the kids in the Middle East right now in Palestine because of the whole genocide.
Hey, salute.
Yeah.
Salute, man.
CAA College of Adaptive Arts, which is a college for people with special needs. That's actually in Saratoga, so it's local. So
damn,
that's
okay,
two
okay.
of where my clients attend for college. And then FAHM JAM, that's also another thing that's
Got
on
you.
there too.
Yeah.
FAHM JAM. So break that. What's the acronym stand for again?
FAHM JAM is Filipino-American History, not Heritage, y'all. Remember that. History Month Jam.
Okay. So this is what like all like just all the community gets together.
Yeah.
and just has
Did you see the Jeepney Jam or FAHM Jam by any chance a couple times?
I'm not tapped.
Oh yeah, that's okay, man. Yeah, so basically every year they host with different vendors, performances, artists with with the South Bay Filipino-American community. Usually at the flea market. We're trying to expand above that, so hopefully more bigger venues down the road. But I'm part of the core group for organizing that now too.
That's dope,
Yeah,
bro.
so that's mostly like twice a year. There's
Yeah.
one for Filipino Independence Day in June, and then July. Sorry about that. And then Filipino-American History Month in October. So it's twice a year.
Bro, that's crazy. So you're like involved in different aspects of the Filipino community. Like you got working with the Uplifters, you know what I mean. You got good mentors around you that's showing you how to get these gigs, graduating from the club scene to like private gigs.
Yeah,
it's huge, bro.
You got your where you at function where you still get to do your thing in the clubs. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And then it's like FAHM Jam sounds like it's something that you're dealing with, like, you know what I mean, aunties and uncles and
Yep.
you know what I mean. Then also with the Uplifters, you talk about uniting the hood. That's a different side of the community because everybody ain't hood, but everybody Filipino. It's
Yeah.
Filipinos. And then yeah, bro, it just sounds like you tapping in with just different aspects of your community and it's dope.
Yeah, man. Honestly, I feel like like I said, finding healing through community, and these all right here is my communities. To be honest with you,
just piggybacking off that. So, first question for you is: have you ever been to the Philippines?
yes.
When was the last
I
time
have.
you were there?
So the last time was when I went to go to bury my dad in the Philippines because he
Rest in
passed
peace.
away there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So man, over there, so different from over here.
I was gonna say too. I'm glad you said that because, you know, me and Ronnie both have been outside of the U.S. like quite a few times.
Yeah. Where y'all been? What's like the
I'm
main
from
place?
India.
You're from India, so you've been to India?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm from Sudan. My family's
Sudan.
from Sudan.
Okay,
like right
yeah.
now, there's a war going on, so like my family's like
Yeah.
all over the place, and I've been visiting them like in Saudi Arabia, Egypt, etc., etc.
Oh, so they've been like they haven't been.
Yeah, I mean they're safe. Like
Okay,
thank God
okay.
they're safe. But like
Yeah.
so I can't go back to my home country. But I say that to say, going to all these countries has taught me one thing: the one similarity that everybody outside of America has, that makes America such an outsider to everybody that's not from here, is the fact that they have community. Like that's the one theme that I've noticed. Whether it be like I've never been to the Philippines, but I know for a fact the Philippines have a strong culture of community and family. Saudi Arabia, like they have a strong culture of community and family. Where I'm from, Sudan, strong culture of community and family. Your region in India, same thing.
Yeah.
That's the one thing everybody in the world can relate to, and that's why I feel like the things that you're doing, all the different endeavors and ventures that you have going on. The reason that they're able to generate so much attention and attraction, like you said, you raised 1.6K.
Yeah. Okay. 1,000. Yeah.
So like that's a lot of money to raise for like just an event. You know what I mean? Just a community event. And I feel like the reason why they get so much attention and attraction is because people are hungry for community in America. You know, and the fact that we're such a melting pot allows everybody to bring the best aspects of their community, you know, together. So my question, I guess, for you, piggybacking off that is, are there a lot of like non-Filipino attendees of these different events that come to you and appreciate like what you guys do as far as that community and things like that?
Yeah, it's hella crazy. So honestly, I feel like I see like Mexican people, black people, white people, even like other Asians too, like Viet, Chinese. I even have my friends who go to it and they're not even Filipino.
Yeah.
They go to it, to be honest. And I think that's just one thing that's really dope about the Filipino-American, like I said, is we're very hospitable. And
Hospitable to outsiders too.
yeah, like honestly too, if you go to like my family function, my uncle, he's Indian, Filipino, and then his kids are Indian, Filipino, and white, right? My my other cousin is Laotian and Filipino. I have a Mexican and Filipino. You know what I mean? So we're really, at least for our specific, like for Filipinos, we're so used to like dating outside of our culture overall, and just. I think just where we grew up in, depending on where you at as a Filipino, we all grew up in like different neighborhoods, whether it was a black neighborhood, white neighborhood. We do our best to like really like just like, you know, be a chameleon and try to like assimilate, so to speak. You know what I mean? With the culture around us.
Real, before I ask this question, you Filipino? No, okay. the reason why I said it, because off panel we were just talking. I was like really like, because he had mentioned, he was like, I don't think any of my like Filipino homies have dated outside.
And I just got proven wrong. You know what I mean? So like, yeah.
But
like,
no,
you're
I
the
was
first
thinking
time-
about it too, because I'm like, I really had to think. I'm like, damn, bro, a lot of like Filipinos that I know date within their culture.
Like within?
That I know personally too. Yeah.
Oh really?
Yeah.
That's so good. Yeah, she's Mexican.
Really?
Yeah. And so honestly, yeah, I've never even dated a Filipino.
Damn,
Ever.
Really?
Ever. Yeah, all my other two
fat hole
girlfriends,
in
they were not Filipino.
That's funny.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
See what happens when two non-Filipinos talk about what's going on in the Filipino household.
Act like y'all know about my culture.
Man, it's crazy. I think Filipinos only date Filipinos.
It's so funny too. Eternal was like all the people who are pare the most, you know, like Pinoy, they don't even have Filipino girlfriends.
That's hella funny.
But it's, I mean, hey.
You kind of the other thing, and it starts with a K.
Oh
and
yeah.
ends with era.
Yeah. You know what? I'm actually wearing it right now too. Yeah, KBYN era right here, y'all.
KBYN.
So Kababayan. Yeah, so that basically means like your community. You know what I'm saying? So that's something that I recently launched. It's fairly new. It's a new baby with my homies. So we're basically like a clothing streetwear brand.
Okay.
Basically. So we came out with 2 drops so far. This one showcasing the Sambaguita flower. You know what I'm saying? Which is the Philippine national flower. And we're slowly working on that, but it's coming up. Things are coming together absolutely.
That's what's up.
With that, yeah. So that's with like me and my 3 other homies, T-Mac. T-Mac is actually one of the co-founders, my boy Reagan and Misunderstood. Yeah, shout out to Austin.
Yeah, shout out to Austin, bro.
That's crazy, bro. Damn, bro. So you got, you know what I mean? You got your DJing, you got your mobile gigs, you got your community work. You know what I mean? You're helping the people, the less fortunate that needs it in your free. Well, I mean, damn near it's your free time, but it's a full-time gig. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
Which is crazy. And then on top of that, you got your clothing line. That's what's up, bro. Like, you touching every aspect of building your brand out.
Yeah.
That's one thing that me and him were talking about too, just off topic, not like, how do you manage your time, bro? Because I feel like I have a lot of things on my plate too, not to like, get too deep into what I'm doing. But how do you manage it? How do you juggle all that?
Man, honestly too, like, I'm actually diagnosed with ADHD. So my mind goes like crazy. Like sometimes I'd be wanting to do so many different things, but I have Google Calendar. So I really try to have like a set schedule. And I honestly, I already have like a lot of my year planned too. Like I try to plan out like my vacations because, I get booked for gigs ahead of time. Like I already got gigs booked all the way out to November. You know what I'm saying? Even one next year in 2026 actually too. And, reminder notes. Otherwise I forget things. I forget meetings. You know what I mean? So without that, honestly, I'd go crazy if I didn't have a calendar.
You a morning person?
Honestly, man, it's so crazy. I thrive more like creatively at like the nighttime.
Same.
Yeah,
I was telling him the same shit. Like, bro,
It's weird.
In the morning, I'm not the same person I am right now.
Yeah.
I get stronger as the day goes on.
That's so funny that you
This
say
is where I
that.
peak right here, 3
I'm
p.m.
the same way too. Or sometimes like the middle of the day, like, man, I gotta do all this shit right now.
Yeah, everybody around me is like, oh, I'm tired, I want to take a nap. I'm like, bro, I'm like at my peak right now, bro.
Actually, I take a lot of naps too, though, so that kind of helps.
Yeah, that helps.
I mean, shit, bro. You got a crazy schedule because I mean, your schedule damn near relatable to like my work schedule. Like half the week I'm off by like 3 a.m.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Then the other half of the week
crazy.
I can sleep early. So it's one of those like I feel you on the like someday like earlier in the week like like I'll start getting that second wind in the afternoon.
Yeah.
But I'll try to start my day earlier. But like the second half of the week when I'm actually working, it's like that second wind needs to come at 5 when I get ready for this next 10-hour shift. You know what I mean?
You were 2 jobs too?
Nah.
Yeah.
For me,
It
honestly,
was like full time.
I was working 2, but I went down to just 1 just for the fact that like SB2 like it jam packs my schedule on like on the back end of a week.
Oh, that's good.
So
Yeah.
then the front end of the week, it's all 2-coin stuff.
There we go.
You
There
know
we
what I
go.
mean?
Yeah. I know that's like one thing that I really gotta like think about too, just really toning in, focusing on one thing. But sometimes I don't know. My mind is just wanting to do so many things, you know what I mean? But
You still young, experience it, bro.
Exactly.
Just dip your hand in everything.
I think we were talking pre-recording, like how you said that when you start out something, you just don't know what the fuck you're doing. And then if it carries on, it carries on.
You just got to start. You got to act.
That you gotta act.
That's it.
And that's what a lot of people don't do. That's one thing, y'all.
Analysis paralysis.
Yeah. Damn, that's the first I heard of that.
Yeah, it's like an actual term, like analysis. Like people just think too much without actually doing nothing.
Yeah.
Spend all this time doing research on how you're gonna get started,
But they don't put it into practice.
Like it's good to be prepared and know what you're getting yourself into, but like it's easy to get into analysis paralysis. Like
you gotta you can talk the talk, but you gotta walk the walk.
Yeah. I mean, so if you got your hand dipped into all these different fields, and it also sounds like, we're wrapping up 2024 as we're recording this right now. You've done a lot, man. So what has been, would you say, your biggest accomplishment in 2024?
Okay. I think honestly, party with the Pare, right? Doing that with the Pare Movement and the Uplifters, that was like a big thing, especially with that Dago event. I never thought I could organize a festival. You know what I mean? I learned a lot from that. You know what I mean? So, and that wasn't just me. We had a whole team. We planned that for at least 6+ months ahead of time. You know what I mean? A lot of people think it's easy, but it's not.
It got stressful towards the finish line.
It got stressful towards the finish line. Absolutely. Where you at functions, you know what I mean? Every day party got bigger, ending it with my birthday. That was really big. But honestly, too, like, I know, like I said, y'all, it seemed like work, but I also felt the love, too, from that as a whole. I think that was like a big accomplishment as a whole. My time with like my family and my girl, I feel like I really made more time for important things in my life, especially with like my close circle of people. I think that's one thing that I really learned, because honestly, the years before that, for like 2 to 3 years, I was like really hustling really hard. You know what I mean? Trying to make ends meet, but I forgot about the things that was really most important. And I really realized that this year.
Sometimes you gotta slow down.
Exactly. You gotta slow down. I also did a couple like, because I love to work out. I did like a couple like, I think I did a 5K, 10K, and then a Spartan race.
That's what's up.
Yeah, 5K. So that was cool too. That was a couple accomplishments.
So, how long did it take you for a 5K? Like, what's the difference between them, like lengthwise?
Yeah.
Like, pause.
5K is a little bit over 3, and then 10K is a little bit over 6.
Okay.
Yeah.
6 hours.
6 miles.
Miles.
6 miles. Yeah. So I was like, oh man, I don't know about that.
That just
bro.
lets you know I don't run.
Who are you, Captain America?
And then Spartan race, the 5K, it's you do like 20 obstacles while running a 5K.
Oh, damn. So it's the same length of a 5K,
But you gotta do obstacles. You gotta like climb freaking fences, climb rope, man. You gotta throw spears.
Yeah, it's like
it's crazy.
It's like the hit
Like a
training
Navy
of
SEAL out there.
marathon.
Basically, yeah. It's like basically like boot camp. Low-key, yeah.
Would you ever do a triathlon?
Oh man, I need to learn how to swim first.
Yeah.
You know how to swim?
I mean, I know how to like lightly, but I'm not the best. You know what I mean?
If I get into deep waters, I might be.
Oh man, I'm gonna be tripping. Honestly, if I was in open water, oh man, I'd be tripping out.
That's crazy. So you got to know you can like just stand up and everything gonna be okay. Type
Yeah,
shit.
exactly.
Deadass.
Let me see if there was any other accomplishments. I mean, KBYN, like this drop was like super dope. You know what I mean? We actually sold out with this drop. We only have like one piece left.
Damn.
So this was only our second drop too. So that was really dope with KBYN. Uplifters, just getting more mobile gigs, you know what I mean, and charging more as with my prices, upgrading my equipment. I think that was like a very big thing. Also got to DJ for a couple like big day parties and like big brands like Sago and Veggie's Day Party. I did that this year. Did Daniel Lou's, if you guys know Daniel Lou, out in Valley Fair just recently too. So yeah, those were just a couple things that I did. Oh, and also I got to DJ in Arizona, Hawaii, Dago, and LA. So, and I told myself this year I'm gonna travel for DJing, and I made it happen, man.
I mean, shit, bro. Let's rewind back on your DJ journey. I know, like, we kind of like went through your like life story a little bit or whatnot. What got you into DJing, or even before that, bro? How you come up with the name DJ Asthmatc, and why is the I missing? I don't know why. Like, every time I read it, I'm like, bro, there's a letter not there.
There's a story behind that. There's a story behind that. So. It's funny too, because if I patent it, no one's gonna take that, especially right.
Facts.
So, I was first DJ Bass Knowledge, like Bass God. You remember Bass God?
Yeah. Thank you, Bass God.
Yeah, thank you, Bass God. And then my friend, she would make fun of me and would call me Bass Knowledge, and she would put like a fish on me as a meme while I was DJing. And then one of my friends like, nah, not Bass Knowledge, more like Bassmatic. He's like, nah, not Bassmatic, he's Asthmatic. Okay. So I hated the name. It's like Asthmatic. That's kind of, it's making fun of me. You know what I mean? So, but it grew on to me, and I came up with the slogan DJ Asthmatc, the DJ who takes your breath away, and the DJ with asthma. And then I show my inhaler. Yeah. It's kind of corny, but people laugh all the time.
Got a ring to it. Yeah.
And then when I tried to, so it was Asthmatic with the exclamation point, right? Okay. So Instagram doesn't let you do that. So I did it without. I was like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna just do Asthmatc without the I, and then that's it." Okay. That's the only story behind it.
That's what's up.
Man, fuck you with IG.
Yeah, come on, bro.
And then what inspired me was the Netflix original series, The Get Down. Y'all ever seen that?
Yeah, I've seen it.
So it's like a fictional / kind of true of the upbringing of how hip hop came about. I think Grandmaster Flash like co-produced it and everything, and that. Like seeing the one of the main characters, Shaolin Fantastic DJs, like, man, I don't want to do that. And I told my homie, who we were in a group called the Lychee Boys. We're not together anymore, but we're still all close friends. We broke up, but he said, my boy Vince, shout out to Vince, signed to Bolo Records. He said, do it, bro. You can do it. So he taught me a little bit because he's the type of musician that could pick up any instrument and know how to play it. And he did that with my DJ controller, right? Yeah. So eventually, I got lessons. And it's so funny too. I reached out to DJ Eternal for lessons, right? And I sent them a whole essay. And it's funny, we look back at this essay all the time. It's like this whole paragraph. It was through Facebook Messenger. And then he left me on red because I heard him on the radio. I saw him at a gig. And then next thing you know, man, like 2-3 years later, he starts hanging out with me or like hitting me up for gigs. And then I become an uplifter.
That's what's
what I'm saying? So it's crazy. Earning my stripes.
How long you been DJing?
Man, since 2017, so 6-7 years now.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah. So since I was 17 years old.
Damn, bro.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see your journey in like 5 years because I feel like a lot of what you did this year, what you've been through leading up, is preparing you to have a crazy ass 2025.
Oh man, yeah. That's I think what they say for males, we don't hit our prime till like 30,
31,
40s.
31,
yeah.
32. Yeah.
So man, I don't even know what's it's like. If this is it, like I can't imagine what's above that. You know what I mean? Yeah.
It's good that you started early, bro, because like that's a blessing too. Like a lot of people don't know what the like. I had no idea what the hell I wanted to do at 17 years old.
Yeah.
It took me hella years after that to figure out my footing in life.
Yeah. You know what's crazy too? Like I feel like that's me even to this very day. But DJing was always most consistent with me.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna lie too. 2 or 3 times I thought about quitting.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I had those times, those little stumps where I just thought I was gonna quit, but then I didn't. You know what I'm saying?
Was it the reason why you wanted to quit? The learning curve was too steep, or did it just take too much work?
You know, so the first reason was because of another DJ. He would like micromanage me while DJing. Like there was a point, or it was 2 DJs. I'm not gonna say any names, but then literally, like when I was opening up for them, they would tell me, "Oh no, don't play that song, play this song." So they were basically picking the songs for me, and then I had to like mix it in, huh?
You weren't even DJing.
No, I was just pressing the buttons for them.
Yeah.
So that was like, man, if this is how DJing is gonna be, I don't know if I want this, you know. But I didn't, you know. I just ended up separating myself from them. And the second time was when I was working at that gym, Fitness 19. I was hustling so hard, and I was taking so many gigs during the weekends too. I ended up getting these really bad tension headaches or migraines or whatever, right? And it was so bad where if I looked at light, I talked to you, I heard a loud noise, it'll hurt my head. So yeah, I had to quit my gigs for 3 months. You know what I mean? But really all it was just stress. Yeah. So I learned how to take gigs that I wanted. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Not just take, all money ain't good money, man.
Exactly, bro. Exactly. So, and then one of the things that my homie told me when I was, because he used to be a DJ too, but he quit. He went through that whole thing. He said, the thing is, man, if you quit being a DJ, you become irrelevant. And when you try to get back into it again, it's going to be super hard. It's like starting all over again. So I thought about that. I was like, okay, maybe I'll just take gigs that I want for now. And then from there, you know what I mean? I'll see where it goes. And then Eternal asked me to become an uplifter. So that kind of reignited that passion and that fire again.
That's what's
so
up,
he
bro.
basically saved my DJ career if you think about it. You know what I'm saying?
I'm glad you said that because I mentioned at the beginning this episode was brought to you by Resilience.
Resilience.
That's why. And even piggybacking off that, bro, like this podcast, we had a conversation this morning. There was at least 2018 was a long time ago, bro. That's almost 7 years ago now. There's been at least 4 or 5 times where we fell off the radar and he could have said nothing and I could have said nothing and we would have just not recorded another episode and it would have been perfectly fine. We would have continued on with our lives.
It would have just been something that just happened back in.
But there was something in me that's just like, I have to keep doing this. I have to keep doing this.
Y'all. There you go.
I want to do it. I love doing it. I have to keep.
And you didn't take out all your content, you just left it there, right?
Yeah, I mean,
there we
honestly,
go.
so like the only content that's not up there is like our season 1, which was all on SoundCloud.
That was the training wheels.
Yeah.
But that was like I mean, those were like 2, I don't know who the fuck we thought we were, bro. We were recording 2-hour episodes, putting it up, thinking people were like, bro, we averaged like 2-minute views in. You know what I mean?
It's okay,
like,
bro.
People aren't sitting there. I'm not no famous person where somebody wants to sit there and listen to me like bullshit about my
2
opinion
hours.
on Steph versus Kyrie. Like, the fuck?
Saying a whole bunch of nothing for 2 hours.
You know what I mean? But it was trial and error, man. And then it was one of those, we didn't start doing the video podcast until right before the pandemic hit. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I'll be the first to admit I wasn't comfortable getting in front of a camera.
At all. This shit felt weird as fuck at first, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and then you guys are so natural at it now too. It's like the camera's not even there.
You feel me?
Nah, fuck the camera. I'm just kidding.
What that does for you, like as far as like being able to communicate, what that does for you in your personal, professional, it bleeds into every aspect of your life, and it enhances it. So that's why I'm just like I have to just keep doing it. It's like a calling, bro.
Please do, because y'all are really good podcasters, and I listen to a lot of podcasts too. So I mean, I only listen to 2 podcasts. That's 3. That's
I
it.
mean,
So
hey, everybody got their little collection.
Thank you, of course.
Now,
Of course,
my
man.
guy. Yeah. But then, man, I was about to ask you something. I don't know why. Shit,
It's all good, bro.
you know what I mean? I think it happens all the time. Shit just
I
falls
mean,
off my head.
we were talking about, what was your biggest accomplishment of 2024? Question that I can think of off the top of my head is what do you have planned for 2025 and what are you hoping to accomplish in the upcoming year?
Yeah, so more weddings, absolutely. And it's already coming because I'm at that age, 26, where a lot of people I went to high school, I met along my club journey, whatever, right? Along the way, they're getting married. So they're hitting me up and I locked in actually like I think 3 or 4 actually this month.
Damn.
right? And these were people, some of them I went to high school with too and everything. So it's really dope that they're even thinking of me. You know what I'm saying? So that's really dope. Locking in more weddings. I got my new job as a behavior technician, so I really want to move up in that and really excel in that overall. Bigger festivals with this whole Pare Movement uplifter thing, you know what I mean? And more doper events with where you at functions, you know, and then KBYN just growing as a whole, you know. Hopefully try to travel a little bit more, because I mean I did do traveling this year, but it was more for work. So
What's
hopefully,
the one place you want to go to that you haven't been to that you always wanted to?
I was literally just talking about this with my girl. We were talking about Seattle for my birthday. So yeah, have y'all ever been?
I'm moving there.
Oh wait, what?
I'm moving up there. Yeah.
Next
When?
month.
In February, beginning of February.
How are y'all gonna do this then?
Yeah, that's a good question.
That's a good
We're gonna keep it going, bro.
Unless
Virtually,
you do it in Seattle and then you do it down here.
virtually, and I'm gonna still be down here often because you know they're gonna send me down here for like work related stuff too. So
Okay.
I'll still be down here like multiple times a year. So
Are you like
whenever-
in tech or something?
I work in packaging and logistics. Very fun stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very
Yeah.
fun stuff.
Yeah.
That's what I went to school for, though.
Yeah.
I'm a program manager, so
Yeah.
I'm going up there for like a promotion, and it's
Okay,
like
congrats.
cheaper. Thank you, brother. Thank you. Cheaper
Yeah.
cost of living. You know what I mean? I can
Oh.
afford to like, you know, upgrade my life up there a little bit more than I can down
A lot
there,
of coffee over there too, and
Exactly,
rain.
exactly.
Right? A lot of coffee and rain.
I visited up there twice since I got the offer, and I mean, I love it.
Yeah.
I can see myself living up
Well,
there, so I'm excited.
We can tap in with them.
Hey,
We'll go to
let me
Seattle.
know. Let me know. I'll
We
be the
can
best
tap in
tour
with
guide
them.
ever.
You feel me?
Anybody
That's
watching this, if you're in
crazy.
Seattle, I'm your
That's
guy.
I got like 2 homies up there, I think.
Yeah.
That's about it. Yeah.
You trying to get a gig out there?
It'd be
Or
dope.
just- or just even just go
It'd be
there.
dope. I mean, I usually like when I go out to different, I like to check out the nightlife. Because,
Okay.
you know, I mean, the Bay is its own bubble.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Like, hyphy is not everywhere. You know what I'm saying? So that's just something that we experience. So, and one thing I try to do too is not like judge. Like, a lot of people are like, oh man, they're not even hyphy. But, you know, people just got different cultures. You know what I mean? So I like to like kind of like observe and just see how the nightlife is, what they like, what they react to, type of thing. So yeah, that'd be super dope if I did. You know what? If it works, it works. You know what I'm saying?
Have you been out there before?
The closest was Oregon.
Oregon. Okay.
Yeah, that's like right before, right?
Yeah,
yeah,
just like 2 hours south.
yeah. So no, I haven't.
That's what's up, bro. I mean, let the people know too where they can find you on IG and where like all your clothing brands and everything. What the handles are. We're gonna have them down.
Yeah, we'll have it down below.
there. Yeah.
But yeah, man. One thing I want to ask too, like, you know, just with everything you've been through, you know what I mean, you being 26, everything in the past 6 years, losing your pops early, like, I really couldn't imagine losing my dad in 1920, you know what I mean? But then to see where you at right now, like, what advice would you give to your younger self? Like, if you could go back to, you know what I mean, that dude at 1920 at that start of this journey, where you at now, what would you tell him?
Damn, that's a really good question. I think one thing that I will tell younger me is to slow down. You know what I mean? I think even now that's something that I still kind of deal with, and to, you know, forgive those who might have thought that might have hurt you. You know what I'm saying? The one way I kind of put into perspective, and you know, just to be kind of transparent with everything, there was like a lot of domestic violence in the family. You know what I'm saying? And I was the kuya always protecting. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I said it was very like hard, kind of a difficult relationship with my pops, you know what I'm saying? But I learned to forgive him, and because of that, I was able to let go of those vices and that anger and that sadness that I had. And instead, I think about the more happier moments that I have with them. But just to forgive, and the way I thought about it too, I think I saw this post on Instagram. This is for anyone who does have very difficult relationships with anybody, you know, their parents, siblings, whatever. But if you were to meet the younger version of your parents, how do you think that would be? So the way that I thought about, like, man, I think my dad really went through a lot, because my mom told me stories about him, you know what I mean, where he even faced similar issues in his own family. So when I thought about like my dad, his younger version of himself, sad, crying in the corner or whatever, that really made me understand and forgive him a lot more, type of thing, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
So yeah,
That's a big point too, because there comes a certain moment in life where when you're a kid and adolescent and teenager, you see your parents as like kind of superhumans because they gave you everything.
yeah.
But then once you become an adult, like, you realize, I don't know why it takes so long to realize, but you realize that they're just human beings, just like you, going through the same struggles that you were going through, and perhaps probably had it worse because it was a long time ago.
Yeah.
You know, they didn't have the internet, they didn't have all the things that you
That's
have access
it.
to.
Yeah.
So
And
they're
to make
just-
it even more difficult too, just to add on to that, bro, is a lot of our parents, at least, they're immigrants. They came
Yes,
to this country,
exactly.
which make things double as harder
Exactly.
to anybody else. You know what I'm saying?
I couldn't imagine going across the globe and starting life somewhere fresh where you don't know nobody.
That's
Nobody,
it.
yeah.
So
It's
your
scary
culture-
enough going upstate for me.
yeah.
He's like, I don't want to leave the Bay. That's my culture.
Imagine me going all the way to like East Asia and like set up shop.
This is where we're gonna have our family now.
Damn, bro, that's crazy.
Sisters,
Crazy.
brothers, cousins, aunts is all on the other side of the globe.
Yeah,
Type shit,
man.
you know what I mean?
So yeah, that's what I would tell my younger self overall, because I was a very angry, self-pain inflicting type of person. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I'll even catch myself getting to that point, but I'll do my best to stop it and try to reflect on it. You know what I mean? But it's still a work in progress. You know, I'm not perfect.
We're all works
You know,
in
that's one thing.
progress.
That's it. That's it. Finding God too, that's like a big thing that I've been trying to do as of lately. I've always had the issues with the organization of those who preach the word of God. But what I've been trying to do more is my relationship with God. You know what I'm saying? So I've been trying to speak to him more and finding my own pathway. I don't feel like I'm fully there yet, but I am trying to head towards that way. You know what I mean? Because he has, you know, I think that's one thing too. He has been giving me a lot of blessings. You know, I just don't see it. A lot of us don't see it sometimes, you know? So that's what I'm trying to do too.
It just takes
you know?
changing your perspective.
That's it. Yeah.
And it's funny that you mentioned the organizations too, because I've been trying to get on the same wavelength this year and last year. And sometimes I feel like with my vices, the people who are more religious than I am perhaps might judge me.
Yeah.
You know, but then it takes a while to learn to not let that affect your personal relationship with a higher being, whatever
That's
you
it.
believe in. So
That's facts.
That's the biggest part, is just fuck everybody. Like just
I
focus
feel you,
on
bro.
you and God, bro.
That's it. That's it.
Shit, bro. I appreciate you coming, man. I really want to say, bro, like you got a very humble personality and a humble demeanor.
Absolutely.
I feel like that's gonna take you a long way, bro. You know
I
what mean?
appreciate that, man. Thank you,
And
man.
you need that in this type of like industry and this type of
Yeah.
environment, bro. Because like I've seen this place like eat a lot of people alive. Like
Yeah.
a lot of people fall victims. People fall for the facades. Like you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Every weekend you see a new toy. Like
Yeah.
you know what I mean.
Yep.
New packaging. They
Yeah.
change it up. There ain't no substance.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, a substance. I think that's one thing that we talk about too, is like you see me on the gram, you meet me in person, it's gonna be the same energy. You know what I'm saying? I'm not really gonna show anything different, and I feel like nothing for me to really fake. You know what I mean? And honestly too, like I know some people, they don't like sharing their story or what they go through on social media. You know, everyone has their own different thing. But the way that I see it too is I have a platform, so I might as well use it. And even if it means me being a little bit vulnerable with different things, hopefully that can inspire someone. And you know, some people have said that too, and those things really keep me pushing with everything. You know what I'm saying? So I really do my best to like push either what might be wrong and pushing for what's right. If you see my Instagram too, I used to be really heavily into activism too. So, you know, I really be reposting a lot of stuff, sharing stuff, and you know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, we're all intertwined and interconnected, especially in this political climate where we're so separate.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, and one thing as a DJ is I've learned how to unite people with different backgrounds, different lives.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Through my events. You know what I mean? So
That's
yeah.
what's up, bro. So keep pushing. I appreciate the message, man.
Appreciate
and
you, bro.
I appreciate you
Yeah,
coming
thank
on
you
here, bro.
for coming on,
Thank you
bro.
guys so
Hell
much,
yeah.
And
man.
like we say, bro, like a one-time guest is always welcome to come back whenever. Just
Oh
say
man,
the word.
Hell yeah.
let me know. This was honestly the best podcast interview I've had, y'all. The flow, the
appreciate
questions
that,
on point, y'all.
I appreciate it, man. Well, shit, man. Another one in the books.
Another one in the books.
It's your boy Ronnie.
And on behalf of the 2 Coin Podcast, it's your brother Waleed, and we are signing out.
Yeah.
Yee.